Hello, my name's Maria and you're watching the Richardson Simple Living. I've just nipped on for a quick vlog today because I said that I would show what book Sian is using for her home studies at the moment. It's mainly a video more for people who are doing home education, homeschooling, but of course anybody can watch, anybody can have a look, and if you're interested in what Sian does, then I can just, let you tag along. And I'll give you a quick update what we're up to as well, because it seems to have been a busy day today. But first of all, I'm going to spin you around and I'm just going to show through these functional skills books. So we've got functional maths level 2 and English level 2. So for people who are interested in doing them, I mean, you don't have to have a child at school. I know adults who are doing these functional ones because you can actually do them online at home. You can take the exam at home. You haven't got to find a test centre or anything, and the exam prices are pretty reasonable. So yeah, you don't have to be a school child. Me saying it's for home education only, it can be for any age. So I'll spin you around. I'll just give you a quick look at what these books entail. So we'll start with the English one, being it's on the top. So this is the Functional Skills Level 2. I don't know if it's easier to open in the box or out the box. So it's a CGP book. We used to use a lot of Collins books as well, but can't really find them for functional studies. So it tells you all about, well, first of all, it should have an index, actually. Skip that somewhere. So, yes, contents there, look. So it tells you what sections: reading, finding information, reading text, writing structure and planning, choosing the right language, using grammar, using correct punctuation, using correct spelling, and writing tests. Now, with the English, there is a spoken one, a language one, which obviously you haven't got the book for, so you'd have to do that online. That part is actually have to be done online. But yeah, so it tells you what is functional English skills, how to use the book, tells you all about using a dictionary. And then we get into things, so you can see what Sian's been doing here. So we started the first one, the purpose of text, and it tells you all about the purpose, the different methods, examples. And then what you have to do is like read a piece and then do the answers. Now Sian has this habit, if she can't be bothered to look at the answer or can't find it straight off because she's always in a rush, she'll put things like read it yourself and you'll find out. So I always take her work, but yeah, and tell her not to do that because she can't do that if she's doing the course online. She's got to treat it like she's doing it online because that's where she's going to be heading to. So we've got then the purpose of text, and again there she did a reading and answered questions which she did correctly. So it sort of goes like that. She's done them couples so far. It goes through like that, all different reading things, all different stuff. Now what I do like about this, it has got 2 tests in it, mock exams I should say. So there we go, look, we got functional skills level 2 English, the reading question booklet. So it's like a mock exam, and we're going to do these. I've said to her we'll do them and we'll treat them the same way as if you're in an exam at school or what have you, college, school. So yeah, it's like a mock exam. So that's what I like about that. And then it goes on to do another part again, and I think there's another mock one then at the back. There's the answers are in there. She doesn't look at them because most of the time I'm sat in here with her, but she doesn't really need to for English unless she gets fed up and she just doesn't do anything then. But yeah, there's another one here at the back, another like paper somewhere. I can't do it one-handed, but yeah, they are really good. And there's also at the front, you can access a free online edition as well by putting the code in. So that's how that works. But like I say, for the language one, you've got to, well, the spoken one, you've got to do that actually online with an online tutor. can't do it in the book. Functional skills maths, that more or less does the same. It's got an online edition there that you can punch a number in. Got the different sections on numbers, measures, shape, space, handling data. So we started, it's very basic. Like I was saying about the Twinkle ones, I still want to download some of them actually. It's very basic, starts off with the sort of stuff you see at junior school to make sure you can recognise numbers and that you can write numbers out, you know how they work. And the same with numbers that are less than 0 and what order they would come in. So then she does like some questions and she did all them right. She did very well. There's only one of them on there. Now Sian is, I'm not sure how to say the word, but she was not diagnosed. She was going to be tested for dyscalculia, or however you say that word, because sometimes she puts numbers back to front. She knows what they are, she recognises them, but they come back to front and she can't always work with numbers. And on here I did notice one of the numbers was back to front, so it's a bit like dyslexia where don't always recognise the letters or they come in the wrong way round, and she's like that with numbers. I did notice it. I knew she got the right number in the right order where she needed to have it because I knew what she meant, so which is why the answer was right. But I do have to get her to try and double check, you know, focus through them, because she does get muddled up with them. Maths is not her point. So again, she's done some there. She's been doing multiplications and things like that. Very simple, basic stuff. So that's how it all starts. But as it goes on, it works up and up into fractions and decimals. So she's got an idea of some of these from when she was at junior school, but she gets very confused with them, very confused. She hates maths, she couldn't get on with maths, and it does confuse her. Like this kind of thing, she will probably get stuck on this. And this, well, I say it's where a tutor comes in, and one-to-one can be very good. But if you've got issues and you're struggling with it, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be any better for having a tutor. It just means that you've tried every resource. But yeah, again, this can be done online. I can't see that this has got any... I'm surprised this hasn't got a thing, unless this is one. It's hard to do one-handed. Oh yes, it has got a functional skills exam. So that'll be interesting. Now, with that, we did do, like, I've given her a booklet so she can do a working out, because some questions says she can use a calculator, others can't. You've got to work it out yourself. So give her the booklet to do the working out. She's doing an history topic. Not much to say at the moment because she's going through all like the monarchy. She's already done a topic on the monarchy, so she's going through all that again, but this time she's doing like Britain, what it was, not Britain, more England, what it was like to be living under the monarchies and the big changes that happened under the monarchies. I mean, we all think of like Henry VIII and the big changes that happened there, and from the religions and things. So, you know, we're looking at more into things, everyday life type of stuff. Talking of the functional skills again, there's two other ones. We're not doing these yet. We'll do the booklets first, but these are like 10-minute question ones that you go through. Now, whether she'll be able to do this or not, I don't know. I had to go at some of them, got them totally wrong, so they just might as well be in another language. So yeah, some of them might be all right. But it's basically what you've gone from the first one, then they're like 10-minute tests. And there's the same with an English one as well. This one she'll breeze through, no problem. She'll have no trouble with that. But we're going to do the bigger booklets first. So yeah. So that's what she's doing basically. They're the booklets. Now there is other things she does. Like I said, she's doing languages. She's doing German and Ukrainian. She's been doing German since year 7, and she does them on Duolingo. So that's on her tablet that she does them, because they're online. With those, again, like I was saying, she can do them online, but first of all we're going to go through the booklets to get an idea of it all. And I would have no worries about her English, but she does get a bit fed up of it. She prefers to do history and subjects she's interested in, and I don't see why she shouldn't really. She can do some courses on them as well. I just wanted to see if we could get anywhere, well, mainly with the maths, but I don't know. I think as long as she comes away at the end of the day able to, you know, use it in everyday life, that's the main thing. That's the important thing. I mean, when she come out of school at the end of year 6, she couldn't even tell the time on an analog clock, only digital. But now she can, because we sat and learned to that, and she can do it now. And by going through books and teaching her and everything like that, we've worked our way through everything. So I'm hoping we can get quite a way on that. If not, we can try a tutor. She can do it online from home, or even go into college and do it as well. If I sort of message them and say where we're at, what we're doing, the issues, and see what they said about it. So yeah, there are options. But if she really hates it, because she gets so wound up, the last time she did maths, we aborted the Key Stage 3 maths. She was so wound up over it, so stressed over it. I thought, this is silly. She only needs maths to get by in life, everyday maths. And that's what I should be focusing on, rather than all this stuff she'd never use again. So this is what I've got to keep in mind, you know, rather than start going through the books again and thinking, oh, and I've got to get her on this course, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do that. If it's not going right for her, if it's not what she wants, then I need to focus on what she will need, the main important things to get by in life. Like bank accounts, working out money in your bank accounts. I mean, she's a lot better now with money. At one time, she didn't understand it, so she wouldn't touch it. So she weren't learning because she wouldn't touch it. But now she does. She can have money, go to shops, and I can send her to the shop, and she's fine like that. So they're the important things. That's really what she needs to be able to do. It's no good me trying to force something on her that is never going to benefit her, and then we're overlooking the things that she does need. So yeah, but that's the books we're doing anyway. They're good books. I've never looked to see if there's any A-level books online. She won't sit A-levels, but sometimes she likes following all the coursework like she did with the GCSEs, because if ever you do want to do them, you know, you've sort of already done work towards it. So I thought, well, that's good to try and keep on track of that. Although we didn't follow curriculum, the lessons and things that she did do, then we're always sort of in line with curriculum type work. So yeah, that's Sian. That's what she's doing. She does plenty of other stuff. She's been doing a project actually for the past few weeks of designing a game, doing a game for the game system, and writing all about a game she has been playing and how it could be improved upon, and new characters she could bring in and things like that. So she's been doing that kind of thing. She doesn't do art. She used to do art. She used to do some great characters. She's very good at anime, but she's not done any for a good while. So whether she'll do some of that again, I don't know. But I say to her, oh, you ought to have another go at that. But then if a project comes along that involves doing something like that, then she will do it. So yeah, I like to let her choose projects in what she's interested in. So that's the sort of thing she's doing. She'll do all kinds of other things as well. I mean, she reads all the time. Sian likes books about, well, she likes history books, loads of history books. And she's done a lot of topics on disasters, like the Chernobyl disaster, Everest. She did a lot of researching into that and did topics on that. So if she finds a subject she's interested in, she goes right into it and picks it apart. She's very good like that. They're her interests. So that's the kind of thing she's up to at the minute. Now, I don't do regular things. Like when I first started, my channel was about homeschooling Sian. But we don't do all the different things now. Back then, she was doing all kinds of twinkle sheets and books and all kinds of lessons, and throwing all kinds of things in. And to see what she liked mainly, and what she was going to stick with, and what she'd chop and change, you know. And there was all sorts of different activities then, because she was 11, and they were still doing all the different activities that go on. Not that you wouldn't do it now, because obviously, you know, you'd still participate in different activities like Halloween's coming up and that kind of thing. But she perhaps wouldn't sit there sort of colouring or designing masks anymore. But although there's no harm in designing masks, you never know design. But yeah, you know what I mean? There was a lot more different things going on then, like celebrating the start of autumn, and they were more geared for younger school members rather than where Sian's at. I mean, Sian is now at sixth form, and that's year 12 in the first year of the sixth form, so you know she won't sit and colour anymore. So there's not so much to show you now except watching. If she starts a new project, I don't mind bringing that on and showing you what project she's doing. If we find a good resource, I don't mind coming on and saying what we found. But we do tend to stick to mainly the same things. If she does an online course, I'll let you know what courses she does and what they're about and who she's with. Now, I like the Centre of Excellence. I've done some courses with them. They're very good, and they do a wide variety of topics. So I think she's going to be looking toward that for some history topics anyway, because I know she wants to do the monarchs on that. So probably when she's finished doing the history project she started doing, we may look into doing one of them then, just do one at a time, and so she can work her way through. So yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment till she gets some new interests and whatnot. So that's an update on Sian. Like I say, I don't do them all the time now, but if she does do something different, I'll let you know. Anyway, what are we up to? Before I go, I'll just let you know what we're up to. I was going to do this video this morning, make the video this morning, but been doing so many different things, and it's now late afternoon and I've got to go to the post office yet to take some parcels, and it's nearly time where the children come out of school, so it's going to be rammed everywhere. I was going to do a run out to do a timing thing because I've got my auntie passed away and we've got her funeral next week, so I've got birthday and a funeral next week, and we were going to do a run out just to time how long it'll take so we know what time to leave, because although she's not a million miles away, she's not right close either, so I wanted to sort of get an idea of timing. I know you can do all this on Google Maps and that, but that's just average. You know, you don't know what the roads are like, we don't know if there's roadworks, we've got to check what everything's like. So yeah, I'd rather do it myself in person. So I don't think we'll be doing that today because it's near a lot of big secondary schools and they'll all be coming out in buses and cars, so I'm not going to go out that way today. But I do need to go to the post office. But before I go, I'll just swing you around and show you what we've been up to. So I'm coming in the kitchen, so excuse the noise. Dean's putting a shelf up down there. Now I had a cupboard down there that it was just getting mucky and full of bits and pieces and pans. So I'll put the shoe rack down there now. Oh, let's come out of the way of that noise. I put my shoe rack down there. I better this way because there's too noisy in there and it'll just make a grating noise on my camera. But yeah, it had a cupboard down there. It had the bin on top of the cupboard, it had all the ironing stuff, it had all the washing stuff and everything on top of the cupboard, and it was getting full of junk because wherever there's a cupboard, people seem to want to put things on top of it. Don't matter what it is, any gap, they'll fill it with any rubbish. So I said, right, I want rid of that cupboard. It's only got some pots and pans in and I can make room for them under the cupboards under the sink now I've had to sort out. So that's what we've done. And he's pulled that out, and pardon me, as you can see, let's come down this way a bit. He's putting a shelf up there, so I'm going to put the soap washing stuff on there and fabric conditioners and everything, and then the shoe rack is down there because they can put the shoes on when they go out the door, put the slippers on the shoe rack and do vice versa when they come back, because it makes more sense by here, because it was in the hallway under the coat stand, but you've got to go through the house because we don't really use the front door, we only use this back door, so it makes more sense for it to be by the back door. So we're going to paint that white, and then I'll have my bits and pieces on there then, and my bin can go on the floor properly like it should be. Oh, I'm falling over each other. So yeah, oh, is he putting some on? He's having a test. He's going to paint it white to match walls. It's been all morning. He's been bleaching all the walls down there and all the skirting boards. Oh, the dust and dirt down there, because everything under the tables, you drag them out, but you know, you need a real good clean because dog fluff goes everywhere. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Oh dear, I've got blotch there, haven't I? It's a spot, teenage spots. Yeah, that's what I tell the kids. I've got teenage spots when they've got spots. So don't worry, I've got them too, my teenage spots. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I wanted to sort this unit out here because that's Sian's school unit and I want to get everything sorted. But I've been chucking bits on there that for packing, for, you know, when I'm doing all my eBay bits and pieces, selling bits and pieces. So I've got all kinds of bits on there and it needs sorting. This room does need a sort out, but I don't know if I'll do it before Halloween. Might do it after that, because like talking about creating space down the bottom, like the telly's the same, it gathers dust, it's got loads of stuff in there, so I would like to sort of put it up there on a bracket. Then I've got a hostess trolley that's buried down the bottom, which you've probably never seen, and that can go in that corner because there's a plug there, so it can go over there, and I'll have my dining table in here. So that's the idea, but it all takes time. And this unit behind me, this is also junked up, can be sorted out and it'll go down the bottom where the dining table is, which is where it used to be. But our other living room that we used to use as a living room is now a bedroom, because Matthew's got it. Well, Lisa had it first, now Matthew's got it for a bedroom. So I was saying I don't really need a settee because we go upstairs by 9 o'clock, we're up in bed and we're watching telly up there. So I don't really need a settee down here, because when we used to have the living room next door and the dining table was in here, we sat in here all day. We only went next door to watch telly in an evening. Well, we do that upstairs in bed now, so because we never used to have a telly upstairs, but now that we do, well, that's what we do, especially now the dark winter nights are coming. So, and on summer nights you're sitting outside, so I don't really think I need the settee and that in here. So the idea is we'll get rid of that and put the dining table back and we'll be fine. That's the idea, we'll be fine. Minimalistic. So yeah, remind me I said that when I'm moaning about it months from now.
You take measure back.
Oh, thank you. I even have my own tape measure, see? That's how handy I am. So yeah. Anyway, I just thought to come on. I did say that I would show what Sian's doing now, so that people who've been watching for the homeschooling, every now and then they said, is Sian still homeschooling? So I thought it's nice to show you what she's up to, and at the same time just show you what we're doing. So I'm going to rush now because it is just turned 2:30. I've got to go and try and get these parcels done, and before all the kids come out of school, or you just get stuck in traffic and everywhere. So I shall catch up with you now. I'm hoping now to go shopping on Friday, so there'll be a haul on Friday. I don't know whether I'll be back with anything tomorrow, but if not, it will definitely be on Friday. So thank you for watching, and until I see you next, take care everybody. Bye.